Welcome to Strange Sculpting, where we redefine strength and sculpt success, one episode at a time. Let's get started.
This is the weekly resilience podcast. I'm Don Strange, and I'm with my lovely co-host, Cynthia Mandel. If you didn't join us last week, I suggest you go back and watch the pod or watch the YouTube video. We don't want to watch us because we don't have radio face. We're beautiful people. You need to see us. So go back and watch it. It's great. It's about limiting beliefs, part number 1. And today we're going to get into part number 2. But before we do that, Cynthia, I want you to recap for our billions of followers around the world. I want you to recap and tell them what limiting beliefs is all about and how many people suffer from them. A lot of people do. You don't have to answer that question. Just recap, please.
I will answer that question within the recap.
I love it.
I don't believe there's anybody that does not have a limiting belief that they struggle with, no matter who you are. Drowning is a different story. So for the people that are drowning in limiting beliefs or just have a few that they want to try and get to, what that actually is that is a belief that your brain keeps telling you that stops you from obtaining whatever the goal you have before you is. Weight loss, nutrition, becoming a bodybuilder, becoming a scientist, becoming a surgeon, it doesn't matter. You have to have the right mindset in order to be able to obtain whatever goal you have. And if in the back of your mind it's going, oh, you can't do this, you're too that, whatever the this or that is for you, stops you. What we want to do is find out where they came from and how we can stop it from holding you back from your God-given path to what your heart desires.
And that's what we recapped. She just recapped the first video. Go back and watch it. She goes into detail. So do I. We go back and forth. She asked me a question. I asked her a question. We answer the same questions. She answers them more eloquently than me, but I'm not going to get into that because I get jealous. So I'm going to ask you a question. Actually, what's funny, you actually, yeah, I don't, but I could very easily. I got to stop my negative thoughts, my limiting beliefs about my ability and focusing on your ability. There we go. So, Cynthia, I've got a question for you.
Sure.
This is, by the way, part 2 of limiting beliefs. And this will be the final piece of the puzzle unless we talk too long. But my question is, and I've got it on a piece of paper here so I can remember the question. Here it is. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's your best piece of advice for our listeners drowning in their own limiting beliefs? What's your best piece of advice for our listeners drowning in their own limiting beliefs? If you had to have one thing, narrow it down to one thing, what is that, Cynthia? Give it to me.
The first thing I would say is you can't solve all of them at the same time. So pick the one that comes up for you the most, because that's the one that's at the top. And what we'll do is, everybody talks about the onion, that you keep peeling off the onion. I don't like the onion metaphor. I use an artichoke metaphor because as you pull the leaves off of an artichoke, what is in the middle? The heart.
Oh, boy.
We all want to have a heart. In the middle of an onion, there's nothing. We don't want to wind up with nothing. Anyway, that's my pearl of wisdom for today.
Well, that's good.
What I would say is we have to figure out where that limiting belief came from. Like one of my limiting beliefs were that because I weighed so much, why even bother losing weight? Because it's never going to happen. Remember, I lost 253 pounds. That's quite a huge amount of weight when you're over here looking and saying, oh my goodness, I have to lose blah, 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 whatever your number is. And if you need to lose 10 or 15 pounds, that doesn't make it any less struggling for you. I don't want you to think that because you don't have a lot of weight to lose, we don't care, because we do. I understand that my 200 pounds, 50 pounds, 75 pounds, 15 pounds, 10 pounds all mean the same to us as an individual. So we want to help you get there. But figure out what is stopping you. Mine was, don't even bother. And where did that come from? From being spoken over to me, you'll never amount to anything. You're, oh, you have such a pretty face. If you would only lose some weight. What does that say about you? You know, you're all you are is your face. So I did it as a protection. There's many, many reasons why we do the things we do. So we want to get at the root of them so we can actually change. One of the things that you have to understand about limiting beliefs, and if I'm repeating from the first half, I apologize because I don't remember every word I said, but we have in the back of our brain, there's a part that has all of the neurotransmitters in it. And then what we have to do is our limiting beliefs are like a road. And we are stuck on this same road, like on a train track. What we need to do is switch train tracks. We need to switch our brain from believing this to believing this. And it's a process. So every day you have to keep countering it. One of the things that I do when it comes up for me is when I was first starting this process of, I used to not love the person that looked in the mirror, not because of what she looked like, but because of who she was. Now I love who I look in the mirror, way she looks and who she is. So you have to say, like, I look in the mirror like, oh, you're so ugly. No, you don't say that to yourself. You would never let anybody else say that to you. So you have to say, I love who I am right now. I see myself as a beautiful, blah, 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 whatever, man, woman, child, wherever you're at. And you have to continue to fight that. One of the things I do a lot, even today, is if a thought comes in that I know is not right, I say, that's not true. And immediately your brain goes, oh, that's not true. Let me rethink. So what we're doing is we're tricking our mind to believe something that it's believed for all of our lives. How was that, sir?
That was great. I was thinking about what you said there. At the first, you chunk it down. Secondly, where did those thoughts come from? And then you had a self-realization. It's interesting the cycles that we go through, and everybody goes through this first cycle. You were here at one time in your life. It was a person you were negative, and you felt hopeless. You didn't think there's no way I could change, and your words matched that, and your words were keeping you trapped in a place where the limited beliefs would keep you because you're fostering those thoughts. Whoever spoke something over you were repeating that, you were thinking it, and it kept your reality in a perpetual state of failure. And so that's exactly where you were. And then all of a sudden you recognize the issue. I think a lot of people, if you hear yourself saying negative words, a lot of people don't realize it because it's a reality. And I imagine if I'd have met you 30 years ago or 40 years ago, whatever, whenever you were negative, you didn't think probably that the words you said were a problem. It was just a reality of your life, correct? You knew you didn't like who you were, but you didn't realize your thoughts framed your world. But then all of a sudden, man, you got this self-awareness where you don't have to be this way. Somebody spoke something in your life that was different than all this negative chatter that you've been hearing. You don't have to be overweight. You don't have to be miserable. You can have a good life. And so, Cynthia, I got a question for you.
Sure.
Because since I've met you, you've grown as a person so big. What would you tell somebody that that stays in that negative thought process, that this mindset of failure? It actually bothers me because one thing as a trainer, people come to me a lot of time because I am their agent of hope. And so maybe the question is this: whenever you come to us as trainers, you can't keep holding on to the negative words because what you did, you went through two stages. First, you were neglected and hopeless. Then I guarantee you went through this next project where you have awareness where you don't want to be this way. And you recognize the issue, but your words are still staunch against you. Like you say, I need to work out. I need to eat healthy, but I just don't like good food. I like bad food. You know what I'm saying? So you negate the positive outcome because of your negative self-talk. You know what I'm saying? So you acknowledge a problem, but now you say, I can't lose weight because of my genetics. Do you have any advice for those kind of people? Well, I mean, as far as I would say, I can answer that, but I'll ask you, do you have any advice for those kind of people who they're stuck? They realize the need to change, but they don't know what to do from there. What would you tell those people?
First thing, try not to be so overwhelmed because anything that you want to change.
Chunk it down, like you said before, sir.
Yeah, it's okay. No, you're fine. Um, he's being a coach. He's helping
Mhm.
me to figure out what I need to say
No,
to
no, I was just got excited. I had it
you.
written down here.
So the main thing you have to do is break everything down into small pieces. I say it over and over again to everybody. I say it to myself because there's always a joke that says you have to eat an elephant one bite at a time.
Hmm.
Now, I'm not suggesting anybody eat an elephant. For you PETA people out there, don't worry. I love elephants. I have them all over my house. It's my favorite animal. So we're using this as a metaphor. So you have to do things little by little because it's easy to get overwhelmed. We as human beings are easily overwhelmed, especially in this quick society. I want it now. I drive through, I get dinner. I do this microwave, bam, bam, bam. We live in a microwave world, and our lives are built by a God that's a crockpot God. So we have to understand first, we have to take step by step and understand that the step by step isn't always going to be a smooth path. That's the number one thing you have to understand is you are going to take a few steps forward. You're going to take a few steps back. Sometimes you're going to take more steps back than you did forward, and you'll be like, why did I even do this? Look where I am. It's okay. Life is a journey, not a destination. We all want to get to a destination, but the only time you stop being on a journey is when you die. So remember that. Everything takes, when I started losing weight before I met Don, I was doing it to the best of what I knew. And that's what I want you to do the best of what you know. But when you're ready to not do the best of what you know and to get real help from experts, that's where we'll come in. We'll guide you, we'll hold your hand, we'll help you, and we'll help you recognize where those limiting beliefs are, where it is, where your psychological, and we'll help you grow to the person that you're supposed to be. And you will, it's true. If you let us help you, you will, at the end of this journey, be a different person, physically, emotionally, nutritionally, and mentally. I hope that
Yeah,
answered your question, sir.
it did answer my question. That was very profound, very well stated. You hit on a lot of good points there, and absolutely, if you're looking for a coach, whenever I was brand new in the business. Actually, I went into business when I decided I wanted to get in shape. I didn't know what the heck I was doing, so I hired a qualified trainer, and it was the best money I ever spent. People have a lot of excuses. Don't let the excuse if I don't have money uh, hold you back. I always find it, Cynthia, people have money to do what they want to do, right?
Correct.
They
It's
spend
so true. Yeah, it's a hundred
and
percent true. If you want to, ladies, if you want to go buy those pairs of shoes, you
yeah,
figure out how to get it, or that
exactly.
purse, or
I,
whatever it is. So
I,
invest in yourself so that you can be around to invest in other things later.
yeah, I think it's hilarious how many people, because whenever I train one on one, before I quit training one on one, my prices were astronomical. They really were. I wouldn't have paid me for what I made. But that was how much you paid if you wanted me to train you. Because I'm as far as one on one now, I do things a little less expensive because you don't get me by the hour, you get me by the product or the app. The app, I work with the app and I get to work on it, and I'll call my clients. But it makes it it makes me be able to hit way more people than I could one on one. But I was astronomically expensive, but that's what it costs. But I will tell you this: the knowledge that we have, if you apply it, if you even apply what we tell you on these podcasts, they'll change your life. But if you work with us, whatever money you spend, I find this is one of my clients. He gives me raises. He's probably one of my favorite clients. He'd be like, "Man, I'm going to give you a raise," and he'll just give me a raise. I don't ask for a raise, but he understands the information I have is worth something, and so he always. I mean, he's been with me 6 years, and he'll be like, "I'm going to give you more money," because people who understand, the value of their health and the value of knowledge. Because if you can change the way you think, you change the way they live. If people invest in a lot of stuff, you'll buy a depreciating asset, but I don't want a trainer. I don't want this. I'm not going to do any health. I know you should. And if you're going to invest with us, invest with somebody who you trust. Hey, we want you to come with us. Why? Because we would think we're the best. But there's a lot of good people out there. So I would encourage you, if you don't know what you're doing, man, I'm 100 pounds overweight, I'm 15 pounds, whatever your goal is going to be, like you said before, it doesn't matter. We're not going to minimize your goal. Wherever you're at in life, the right professional will save you the time and the aggravation if they can give you the blueprint for the success you get from point A to point B. When I hired a trainer, Cynthia, it was the best money I ever spent. Spent $10,000, but I'm going to tell you, it was the best money I ever spent. Anyway, I just told you that because one thing, we're in your corner. We want to help you. And I hope this limiting beliefs podcast helps you. I could talk for like 10, 20 more minutes about it. In fact, I want to, but I'm pulling back. I'll save it for later. Save these pearls of wisdom for later podcast. By the way, what do you think of the shirt, Cynthia? It's basically fit. You see that?
I like that shirt.
You know, it's made of 100% cotton. And
all
other
of your
than
shirts are not 100% cotton.
No, they're not. It's 100%
Really?
cotton. No, it's cotton. It's cotton. I told you that I lied to you. It's cotton and other things. That's what I don't know what other things it is, but they don't shrink, Cynthia. So that's how I know they're not 100% cotton. But if you want
I don't know anything about clothes, so I can't.
I love it though. You were like, it's 100% cotton. No, it's not, Cynthia. I got you on this one. But it's actually, you know how I came up with this slogan, basically. First of all, I think it's hilarious. I'm basically fit, you know. And if you watch my ads, it's a joke. But I was actually at church, and this guy, he had a shirt on, and it said "basically fit," and he's walking toward me. And I said, "Oh, basically fit." And he said, "No, Don, it says biblically fit." And I said, "Oh, it's biblically fit." And so it really wasn't basically fit. But I said, "I really like basically fit." He said, "Yeah, I can see that. I'm basically fit. I can take out the, I can carry all the groceries in one load.
In one shot?
Does it. Yeah, I can open a pickle jar. So I'm basically fit, you know. Might have the dad bod, but I think it's kind of funny. But if you want this shirt, Cynthia, you know where they get it, strangesculpting.com. There's a link in the bio to get this shirt. This is how I afford to put these wonderful educational podcasts out. People support us. We can help them pay the bills around here. Keep the lights on so we can help more people. Also, so that's just a t-shirt promo. If you like what you hear, you want more of us, in the show notes below, you'll find out about Cynthia. You'll find out her Instagram handle. Make sure you follow her. You'll find my Instagram handle. You can follow me there. I'm also going to have links where they can talk to you directly, Cynthia. They can click the link and they can have you as their trainer. They can at least talk to you, you know. Your 30 minutes with you, a conversation with you could change your life. They might not even hire you, but at least you'll get a good feel of if you can help them. Number 2 is I'm going to give away something else for free. That might be number 3, but I'm going to give away something free. I'm going to give away 15-minute workouts for men and women, and I'm going to give away should I give away the MyFitnessPal thing, or should I give away the protein recipes?
I want you to give away the MyFitnessPal because
you
I
love
want
the
everybody to
MyFitnessPal.
download that.
MyFitnessPal, okay.
It's a life changer, guys. Download it and then DM us, and we can help you with what you need to do in there.
Okay, so MyFitnessPal guide, and then we're going to give away. What else did I say? I said 15-minute workout. So if you guys
workout for men and women,
you'll see a link in the bio, not the bio. You'll see a link, click the show notes below. But please click them. Set up an appointment with me or Cynthia. Talk to us. We'd love to change your life for the better. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk again.
Bye, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Keep the faith. Stay strong. Keep pushing forward. This is Strange Sculpting's Weekly Resilience Podcast. See you next time.